Since Valentine's Day is basically here, I'm gonna grab some wine and sit right here. Hello. Welcome back to my channel, my beautiful people. It's your girl, That Zotaku. If you're new here, hi, welcome to the family. Over here, we like to talk about anything that has to do with anime, cartoons, movies, and such because we wholeheartedly believe, with every spirit of our being, that animated characters are way better than actual human beings. We are going to talk about romance. We're going to talk about love. I don't have any of it, but we're going to talk about it in animes. It's almost Valentine's Day. We're getting in the motion of one, panoramic depression, the fact that it's still winter and it's cold outside if you're over here on the East Coast, the fact that Valentine's Day is coming and everybody's just like, I have nobody, I have no one to love, I have no friends, everyone's around. We understand the emotions. I understand the emotions because I'm feeling all of them all the time. So what we're gonna do today is try to find ways to live vicariously through other people that are happy. I mean, our friends are probably happy and we can live vicariously through them. I know I do, but why not also live vicariously through our animated characters? When I first started my anime journey, it had all to do with romance. I was like, what, 12, 13 years old at the time. So of course I want romance. I want to see romance for myself, but I wasn't having any. So I found it through other characters. And there's just so many romance animes for people that are younger, in the high school ages, and of course people that are older, that's more josei category. And over time I've just had I've changed my anime taste since high school a little bit. It's less romance and a little bit more shonen, a little bit more drama, a little bit different. But romance and shojo and josei, all things like girly and moe, still has a wonderful place in my heart. And every once in a while, I like to revisit my romance anime days and see what shows that I was watching back in the day, just to feel like that whole moe. You know the moe when you feel like everything is good inside and you're just like, I have love through these characters. I feel their love for me, even though it's not me. Again, the vicariously thing. I feel very connected to these characters and very connected to these shows, so I wanted to share it with you guys. In case you're feeling like, oh, I ain't got nobody to snuggle up with for Valentine's Day, it's okay. We got these shows to make us forget about our real world problems. Yay! The first anime on our list is Say I Love You. The story goes that Mei, she's a high schooler, as most of these anime shows with romance are. Mei is a high schooler who has trust issues, like I do myself. She has some bad experiences with toxic friendships in the past, and she just doesn't connect with anybody. She doesn't want to connect with friends, she doesn't want to connect with her classmates, she just all wants to be about herself, her studies, and just keep to herself. But she of course catches the eye and the attention of a wonderful popular guy named Yamato. And through their experiences together, they learn to essentially fall in love. First they fall into a friendship. Mei falls into a friendship with this guy, even though she really did not want to. She was just like, I don't like humans. I don't want to be around you. And I'm like, same sis, I also don't like humans, which is why I stick to animated characters. Through this, she met Yamato, and Yamato has essentially been helping her open up a lot more with her friendships, open up with how she views the world, and open up with how she sees herself and how she can move confidently in the world. You have Mei, who finally branches out and makes her own friendships and connects with people, and just to feel a lot more confidence within herself. And I don't want this to sound like the way that this anime is trying to portray is like you need a relationship to feel confident, you need a partner to fall in love. I don't think that's what this show is about. If anything, it shows that your partners, they're supposed to support you and help you through all of your hard times, which is what a decent partner is supposed to do, but also you as yourself are supposed to eventually learn how to stand on your own and stand within your own confidence. And that's what I feel Mei was showing. Eventually, while she's getting in this relationship with Yamato and they're getting closer and closer together, you do see a little bit of dependency issues on Mei's part, because I don't want to feel hurt again. I don't want to be traumatized again. I don't want to feel hurt by people around me. The only person who hasn't hurt me yet is Yamato, but eventually she's learning how to do it on her own, which is what she needs to grow up. In a way, it kind of sounds like that other anime, Kimi no Toroke, except in Kimi no Toroke, the main girl wanted to have friends at first. She wanted to connect with people and everybody was just afraid of her. And you still had that popular guy come in and make things better, bridging the gap between, oh, the quote-unquote weird girl and the hot guy. But in this case, no, Mei just did not want to be around anyway. She just didn't want friends. And she learns how that's not healthy, because as humans, we are social creatures. We need to be around people. We need to see other people. I mean, we don't see anybody right now during this parallelogram, but you get the point. Let me drink some wine because I'm starting to already, the Moe's feeling. I need to drink some wine. I'm usually a white girl, That did not come out right. Usually when it comes to my wines, I'm usually a white girl, and that does not come out right, but red also works for me. I hope you guys have your wine too, so long as you're of age. Please be of age. Okay, so next on our list, we have Lovely Complex, which does not get enough attention, I feel. This anime is for our short kings and our tall queens, such as myself. I'm 5'7", which is not like super, super tall, but for some reason, everyone thinks I'm really, really tall, but I'm a tall queen, and this is for our short kings, and this is to show unconventionally attractive couples, and that's why I love this show. No one talks about this enough. It came out in 2007, and I feel like when it comes to 2007 shows or anime of the 2007, you have people talking about I think Toradora. They have people talking about Ouran High School Host Club. You have other shows that are brought up when it comes to the 2000s, which what some would say was a golden age of anime, which it was. But the show that gets missed a lot is Lovely Complex. Utani, who is short, below average, and you have Risa, who is really tall, above average. And you know how you have everybody knows how when it comes to relationships, if we're talking about heteronormative relationships, the usual normal look is like a girl who's shorter than the guy. A girl who's shorter than the guy is seen as much more like timid, a lot more feminine, a lot more cute. And a guy that's really, really tall is seen as more masculine, more dominating, more domineering. And if for some reason you switch those things, you're all of a sudden switching your energies. Like a lot of times for me, because I'm so tall, a lot of people tend to feel like, well, it also plays into the fact that I'm a black woman. People feel as though because I'm tall, because I'm black, because I have natural hair, I am a lot more masculine in my approach, when it's like, no, I feel like I'm a pretty feminine, like girly girl in some aspects. I mean, sometimes I do be with the bros, but you get what I'm trying to say. And then for shorter men, they have the stereotype of like, oh, he's short, he can't do nothing to protect you, he's not dominating, he's not domineering, he's a lot more less intimidating because he's short. And that's not necessarily the case in all aspects. You have people with all different types of energies, no matter what they look like on their outward appearance, whether it's like straight, queer, or whatever how they present and however their height presents them in the world. But you have Utani, who's short, you have Risa, who is tall, and essentially the way that the show works is like they play into the fact that these characters have such varying heights. In the way that their friend group works, they are the closest of friends. They're like really best friends. They argue, they banter, they have a lot of hobbies that they relate to with each other, and it's super, super cute just seeing them be almost like a comedic duo. And the show takes light of them being like a comedic duo where it's like, haha, the girl's really tall, haha, the guy's really short. But eventually the two characters start to fall in love with each other, and that whole comedic friendship starts to fade away. And then you're brought to the question of, do we get together? Do we not? Is it gonna look weird? How are other people gonna see us? How are other people going to view us because I'm so much taller than you, or you're so much shorter than me? How is it going to look? That's the question that's being brought up. What this show discusses is the idea of, if you want to be with someone, how are appearances going to factor into how you move throughout your relationship? Are you going to be worrying about people judging you? Are you going to be worrying about not looking like a good couple? And I think that's really telling for today, because especially today, I mean, this show came out in 2007, but today we're all over this whole, especially on Instagram and other social media, we're obsessed with this whole relationship goals, where you have to look like goals. You both have to be fit. You both have to be the appropriate height. You both have to look like you look good together to be relationship goals, and that's not realistic by any means necessary. There is no such thing as relationship goals. Every relationship has their own issues, and that just comes with being a human. Humans in general have issues, but it's good to have this reminder that even though you don't quote unquote look like a good couple, you still are meant to be together. So if you're scrolling through Instagram on Valentine's Day and you're seeing all these couples with relationship goals, they look good, they look good, they look good, that's great for them. They may look good, but who knows if they're happy on the inside. Kind of has this whole message of confidence without telling people your confidence. Like these two, when they finally do get together, or they finally are realizing their feelings for each other, the idea of being confident in themselves, in their height, if that is the quote unquote bad thing that they're worried about, confident in their flaws, they move through that world without telling anybody. They just move as if they are that confident. I'm telling you, it's hilarious, and the lessons that the show unveils is really telling, and I think it relates to a lot of what we're going on in today's world. Blue Spring Ride, or Ao Harurire. I enjoy this show. way too much. I've watched this at least 5 times, and granted there are shows I've watched way more times, but I've watched this show 5 times, and I remember the first time I watched it. I was in like a senior in high school, and this was the show that I watched all the episodes and I read the entire manga within 48 hours. I was in like a catatonic state of just like reading and reading, consuming. I didn't do anything. Woke up, read. Went to bed, read. I was scrolling on the bus till I finished it because I had to keep going. I thought it was such a cute story. It was such a powerful story that it wasn't just the idea of like a cute and moe moment. There wasn't that much comedy in it. I mean, you had some funny moments, but it was mainly just the dramas and the struggles that come with being in high school and being in a relationship. Long story short, you have Futaba, who's the main girl, and you have Ko, who's the main guy. Futaba, when we first meet her, she's essentially like a tomboy. She eats a lot, she dresses like not too cutely, she's just very much one of the bros, and she's very, very chill, and that's not her genuine personality. She does this as a front to hide her girlier side, mainly because she's insecure with her friends who are more insecure. She's in this idea where it's like, I gotta hide my cuteness and my girliness to make sure that the guys don't fall in love with me, or else my fake ass friends are going to hate me and then leave me like people did back when I was in middle school. So you have Futaba, who's just trying to put on this costume essentially, and it doesn't feel like her, but she's cool with that as long as she has somebody that likes her and she doesn't have to be an outcast. Now, Ko is the guy that she was having feelings for back when she was in middle school, and she was very, very close to confessing those feelings. But homeboy had to move because of some issues that you're going to find out in the show, and Futaba never got over that. She's just like, damn, I wonder whatever happened to that guy that I went to middle school with. I wonder whatever happened to him. Is he in love with somebody else? Like, she just vaguely remembers him in the back of her mind. But then one day, she's walking through the halls, and who does she run into? You guessed it, homeboy from middle school. Homeboy from middle school is back. He is better. Well, not actually better. He's actually back with a brand new last name and a lot of trauma that he has to unpackage. Futaba learning how to ignore what other people think of her in terms of being able to own her girliness and to not have to put on a front. And with that, she finds genuine friends that like her for who she is. For Ko, he is learning to trust other people, to connect with other people, which is a lot of these romance shows have to do with. But Ko is learning how to connect and rekindle friendships and not be afraid to get close to someone in fears of them leaving all of a sudden. That's what Ko's issues were. His issues were people leaving him from his life, whether it be people in his family, his friends, so he doesn't connect with people. But Ko is learning how to undo that because you need to, again, learn how to connect with other people. That's just what human beings do. This is for if you enjoy seeing a hot mess. If you are the type of person that likes soap operas or K-dramas or anything that just has a lot of mess, this show is mess. And if you know what I'm talking about, you peep what I'm talking about. It is the show Nana. Nana gets me upset because you just have toxicity everywhere, like a freaking toxic waste dump all over your screen, and you're just supposed to live with it. You're just supposed to see the toxicity unfold, and hopefully the characters find some way to get out of it. Usually they don't get out unscathed, but you keep watching. It's like watching a train wreck and you know it's bad, but you keep watching it anyway. Nana is much more geared toward the adults, which is great for me because me at the age of 24, there's only so much I can do relating to 16-year-olds in high school. I can't relate to that as much anymore. Music, we got friendship, we have toxicity, we have abuse, we have cheatations, we have lots of different things that, again, you don't really see talked about in mainstream romance anime. Romance anime, you see a much more idealized version where everything is not perfect, but a lot more cutesy to the point that is unrealistic. And there's only so many times that you can see a happy ending or like a cute story unfold. Nana tells you like, hey, relationships are hard, love is hard, friendships are hard, everything is hard, and you have to deal with it. You have two girls, the main characters are both named Nana by coincidence. One Nana is more of like a rocker, she's in a rock band, she's a singer, she's a lot more tough and a little bit more on the gothic side. And then you have the other Nana, who is a lot more sweet, caring. The problem with this Nana is that she has straight up dependency issues. Both Nanas meet each other on a train one day, going to, I believe, Tokyo, and they're trying to move to Tokyo, start a new life, start their own journeys. First, Nana is going because she wants to be a famous rock singer. That's what she loves. She loves music. That's her passion. She just wants to be in a band and be famous and sell records and all that stuff. Other Nana doesn't really have her own goals. She goes to Tokyo to follow her boyfriend. And her boyfriend ends up being a piece of ish. Like, it does not, the dependency issues I relate to. I relate to the dependency issues. Both nanas bring out good things in each other. They connect really well, even though they have polarizing personalities, but they connect really well, and the story progresses seeing them deal with their friendships, dealing with their relationships outside in terms of like friends and love. Friendships, romantic relationships, sexual relationships, things like that are hard, and those are things that you need to take time to unfold and take time to break down in terms of understanding your own insecurities, your own problems, understanding how you move and interact with other people so you don't get hurt, but at the same time, how do you move around making sure that you don't hurt others? It does so in the most dramatic and irritating way possible with all of these characters. Need more wine because I got thirsty. But in the end, you kind of see them grow as people. For the better or the worse, we're not sure, but you grow, you see their journey unfold. Just in case you want another anime, in case you finish all these, a bonus anime that I enjoy watching is Kiss Him Not Me. I didn't include it in the main list because this is like a guilty pleasure. It's not good. It's good, but it's also not good. Like, it's the type of good that you feel guilty about watching, and maybe I'll make a list about all my favorite guilty pleasure animes, but Kiss Him Not Me is like, if you have like the first episode itself, just straight up toxicity. You have the homegirl who essentially is an otaku like me. She gets depressed that her favorite main character dies, like I do, and with that she just doesn't eat for an entire weekend and ends up losing a lot of weight. As a plus size girl myself, I'm just sitting here like, this is not good for plus size representation. They're using plus sizeness as a comedy fact, and because she lost all the weight, she got much more pretty all of a sudden, as if her prettiness was not real because she was fat. Noted. I see you, Japan. Other than that, the whole story in terms of like the reverse harem trope, I love me some reverse harem where you have like the main girl and like a bunch of guys want her, because I'm just like, I want that attention. I'm not chasing no man. Come chase me and come chase this beauty of mine. I hope you watch some of these shows. I hope you have a good Valentine's Day. I hope you have happiness, love, peace, serenity, health. I wish you health. I wish you so many good things as we go through this parallelogram and as we try to figure out our love lives. And maybe if you could relate to these characters, if you've seen these shows and you love them and they speak to you in a good way, please comment down below why it speaks to you. Comment down below what other shows that have romance speaks to you. And I hope you have a great day, okay? Bye!